Thanks for tuning in to another new AMP podcast. My name is Ben Dubose, and I'm a news editor with the AMP Publications team. As part of that role, I create content for the Association for Materials Protection and Performance, which is known by the acronym of AMP for short, and its member magazines, specifically Coatings Pro Magazine and Materials Performance Magazine. Back in the spring, we were on site in Nashville, Tennessee for the 2025 AMP Annual Conference and Expo. With about 5,600 attendees and 370 or so exhibitors, 45 sponsors, it was a very successful show, and you can find out all the details about that event at our publication and association websites, as well as the Show Daily homepage at showdaily.amp.org. Anyway, among those exhibitors, several took part in sponsored exhibitor spotlight interviews, which were led by the editorial staff within our AMP Publications team. Each was a few short minutes in length, with the focus being on a new product, technology, or service that's bringing some sort of benefit to the industry in 2025 and beyond. So on this podcast, we're going to play back some of those interviews with an emphasis on those related to our Coatings Pro and Materials Performance audiences. Let's play those back.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry Cole, editor with AMP Media, and we're here at the 2025 AMP Annual Conference and Expo with Isabel Putman, who's the Vice President of Accounting and Finance for the TESI Group. Isabel, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me here, Kerry.
Can you give our viewers a brief overview of the TESI Group?
Yes, TESI Group is a manufacturing company out of Conroe, Texas, with headquarters in Italy. We manufacture induction heating equipment for the pipeline construction industry, as well as corrosion control equipment systems.
I see. Thank you. And what are you showcasing here at the AMP Conference and Expo?
Sure. We're showcasing our product called EnviroWrap. We know that corrosion is a silent killer of marine structures such as piers, docks, offshore platforms, bridges, etc. So in this battle of combating corrosion, we have the solution with our EnviroWrap systems. This system is not only a solution, but an investment in the durability, sustainability of the marine infrastructure. We know that the highest rate of corrosion occurs in the splash zone because this is where the marine structures come in contact with the oxygenated water, which is a highly conductive environment for corrosion. EnviroWrap solves this problem. The product is made with reinforced elastomeric material, which is abrasion resistant, impact resistant, and UV resistant. So this not only stops the corrosion, but it prevents corrosion from happening.
What makes your product, EnviroWrap, different from other products on the market?
So yes, there are some important features of our product. I have a sample right here.
Good.
One of them is the composition of the material. It's a 4-layer system. The first layer is an impact-resistant, abrasion-resistant, and polyurethane layer. The second layer is an elastomeric reinforced screen, which imposes hoop tension to the substrate at a rate of 1 ton per square meter. This is achieved by the tightening of the screws, as you see here. And it also helps with any sagging, slipping off, or loosening of the wrap. This also forces the protective gel, anti-corrosion gel that is inside the wrap, forces it against the substrate. It's a one-piece, one-step installation. It reduces time for installation as up to half the time compared to other products in the market. It conforms to any size, shape, piling, so we can apply it to round, square, even the H piles. It also can be applied directly on rusty surfaces. There is no requirement for blasting or white metal cleaning. It can be applied on rusty surfaces. Only the slight mechanical removal of marine growth, if any, is necessary.
And why do you find that companies are choosing EnviroWrap?
Yes, so there's countless benefits for companies choosing us. The most important, besides the protective gel inside, which inhibits the corrosion of the substrate, is the ease of installation. Even underwater, it's very easy to install one step, one-piece application. There's no need for fillers, tapes, or any other type of material before installing the wrap. It's resealable, allows for inspections of the substrate and even for placement of corrosion coupons that need to be placed in there. You only loosen the bolts and then retighten when it's done, and it's like nothing ever happened. It can be made on any kind of size, diameter or length, fits any size, any shape of pilings also, whether it be square, round, H pilings. And also probably one of the most important things is that the performance of the product is guaranteed for 20 years and more.
And where can people learn more about TESI Group and EnviroWrap?
They can contact us directly at our Conroe location, 936-441-5678, or go on our website. It's www.tesigroup.com.
Again, this has been Carrie Cole with AMP Media, joined by Isabel Putman of the TESI Group. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Ben Dubose, news editor, AMP Media. Today, we're joined by Wes Summers and Nate Miley, business development managers at Lindsay Corporation, and Ryan Wilcox, account manager. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Let's start off by introducing Lindsay. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Yeah, so here at Lindsay, we make ruggedized, reliable remote monitoring equipment that really specializes in data acquisition, all tied into our back-end user interface, where that helps out with compliance, reporting, and just overall troubleshooting.
So you've got a group of core products. What are some of the ways that you guys are expanding and improving upon those?
That's a great question. So since the last annual trade show in New Orleans, we actually have taken our flagship rectifier monitor in the Scout and since added 2 additional channels in the Scout XP. And we've also taken some of the feedback from our customers. And on our test station and critical bond monitor, we redesigned the enclosure to be a sleek, smaller enclosure that fits inside the 3-inch riser pipe, and that's our Tracker LT too. And we're also going to do subgrade installation for those and allow for interruption as well.
So you all have this monitoring expertise. Are there any new applications that you're looking to implement that in?
Yeah, with our remote monitoring background experience that is pretty diverse, we really encourage our customers to provide feedback on other field data that would be beneficial for them in order to make sure their pipeline is secure. One of those really key products of ours is the CentralLink LT product, and that's just monitoring of sensors and transducers that are out in the field. And really what that allows us to do is do hydrocarbon leak detection, where there's a hydrocarbon sensor that's either at a block valve, tank sites, terminals, stuff like that. But then also the toxic gas monitoring. So any deep well ground beds where there might be an issue with chlorine emissions or methane emissions, that same product can monitor those. And then a really cool one is the temp sensor application, to where it's a surface mounted temp sensor on the pipeline. And really that goal is to figure out if the coating on that specific pipeline is rated out to the proper temperature of what the actual field is seeing.
Good stuff. So you guys have this expanded portfolio, yet you've got an existing customer base. What are the ways that you all are continuing to support and engage them?
Well, it's not only important events like the AMPP conferences across the U.S. To stay connected, but at the heart of that, with over 600,000 units deployed across the world, the heart of that's our Lexus Connect platform, and that's really the piece that pulls all the data together for our customers. And it's our support team. I can't hand it to them enough. One of the best support teams in the country. You hear that back from our customers. It's also it's easy to do business with us. We have a simple pricing model that's monthly. It's unlimited. That really helps engage that customer and keep them connected with Lexus and Lindsay.
Good stuff. On behalf of Wes, Nate, and Ryan of Lindsay, I'm Ben Dubose of AMP Publications. Appreciate you all for watching.
Hi, I'm Sammy Miles, Editor-in-Chief with AMP Media. I'm here today at the AMP Conference and Expo with Barbara Diaz, Marketing Manager with Automa. Now, can you tell us a little about Automa and the work you do in remote monitoring?
Yeah, sure. Automa was born in 1987. We are an Italian company. And since ever, we are providing solutions, complete solutions for the remote control and monitoring of cathodic protection, and also of, as an extra, also of the functional parameters in oil and gas sector. And well, we do provide a complete solution because we do offer both devices that are installed in the field and the software. So our devices collect all information from the field. These are passed to the software, and then from the software, we send back corrective actions to the field.
And what makes remote monitoring devices of cathodic protective systems unique?
Well, the point is that thanks to the remote monitoring and to the cutting-edge computing capabilities of our devices, you have a continuous and real-time control of what's going on in the field. This allows you to promptly send active corrective actions to the field to give support to operators that at that point they can carry out their maintenance activities and their corrective actions where and when needed only. They get also real-time alarms. This allows also to avoid possible massive damages, both from a structural point of view and also from an environmental point of view. And this also ensures, of course, a longer life to the system.
How do your solutions reduce maintenance costs and cathodic protection?
Well, having continuous control of what's going on the field allows you to prevent cost interventions and also useless interventions. Like, for example, you can imagine what happens if your operators go to the field, they carry out their maintenance activities, and failure happens right after they leave the field. You don't get to know that until you go back to the field. So in this case, first of all, you can have massive damages on the system, but also something maybe also a small failure can become very dangerous. So if you have a continuous monitoring of what's going on, you get real-time alarms. So you know precisely where you have to intervene and also what kind of damage occurred, so that you also know what kind of intervention is required in the field. So in this way, you also had operators explaining them what kind of actions are necessary, and they don't have to waste time in the field trying to understand what's going on. They have all the information. You can support them from the office. And also, for example, they don't just go for random inspections on the field, and they can reduce the field interventions in that sense.
And what are some of the main advantages of WebProCat software for cathodic protection?
Well, the WebProCat software is our SCADA system. It was the result of over 35 years of experience in the field for Automa, but also of the strength collaboration that we do have with our customers. We do have over 100 customers all around the world, and actually they are the real experts of cathodic protection. So thanks to them, we got to know what they actually need. So with our software, they can get all the information they need from the field. So they can have an overview of the complete system, but they can also analyze each and every device that is installed in the field, meaning that they can control all the data that are collected. They can get to know for how long maybe the system was out of protection, how many times. Also the status of the communication, if the devices are communicating correctly, the status of the batteries, so that they know when they have to replace them, for example. And also they have a cryptography module from where they can check exactly where the devices are installed. They get real-time alarms. So as I said before, from the office, you can support the operators on the field and give them all the instructions of what they need to do.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I would like to invite any of our potential customers to ask us for a free demo so that they get to know our WebProCat better, and they can share with us their needs so that we can find a solution for them.
Wonderful. And with that, I'm Sammy Miles, Editor-in-Chief with AMP Media, and I'm here today at the AMP Conference and Expo with Barbara Diaz with Automa. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for today's collection of Exhibitor Spotlight interviews. If you want more resources from our end at AMP, The easiest way to follow us is on social media, where you can search for the association or our member magazines at your platform of choice. You can also visit our websites for the latest and up-to-date news. AMP is available at www.ampp.org. AMP.org, that's the website for the Association for Materials Protection and Performance, of which both Coatings Pro and Materials Performance are member magazines. Follow the latest information from Coatings Pro at www.coatingspromag.com. And for Materials Performance, it's www.materialsperformance.com. With those plugs complete, I'll adjourn for today. I'm Ben Dubose, news editor with the AMP Publications team. As always, we appreciate you so much for listening, and please come back soon for another new podcast episode.